yes, here we have the BS Boys hanging out in their own little corner here at the Manchester Ice and Event Center in McCall, Idaho. If you'd like to talk to the boys or leave a message, call 971-258-2840. That's 971-258-2840. Or send them an email at bsboys@live.com. That's bsboys, boys with a Z, at live.com. Yes, here we are live once again at the Manchester Ice and Event Center in McCall, Idaho, the 2013 Thorne Cup Championship. Game 1 in the record books.
Wow.
Yeah, that was something to watch. And I think as time goes on, I'm going to go back to the broadcast, the video type broadcast type stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on that people don't see.
Behind the scenes.
And sometimes the video feed's going to go bye-bye. But trust me, they're working really hard to keep that up and to keep everything on the air. So, yeah, they're doing the best they can, folks.
It's a fire drill. When we lose video, there's people running around behind the scenes getting that thing to get back on the air.
Yeah, it's game 1. So, everybody's kind of figuring stuff out. Game 1's in the books. Southern Oregon pulls off what many consider an upset, 4-2 over the Dallas Ice Jets. And in the tent of BS, I guess is what we're going to call it, we got a special guest.
Tom Kelly, assistant coach, Dallas Ice Jets. How you doing, Tom?
Doing well, thank you.
Tough game, man. I mean, really tough game. How do you prepare to play a team you've never really seen or played before in such an important game?
Well, it's tough. I mean, we were prepared. We thought we were prepared mentally. Generally, the way that we go is we just play hard. We stick to our systems, and we let the results, happen. And it's been successful for us. Unfortunately, the way the game started, the first 10 minutes, giving up 3 goals in 10 minutes, it's hard to rebound from that.
Yeah, that was unusual. 3 goals, like you said, in 10 minutes. But after that third goal that Southern put in, it seemed like you guys definitely had a little spark. I think there was a timeout after that.
Yeah, we had a timeout, and we created some chances. I think we got 2 before the first period ends. We had a good 8-minute run there at the end of the first period.
Well, yeah, you actually had Hansen and Williams score roughly about seven minutes apart, and that kind of brought the game to 3-2. And at that, it was a whole new game at that point. After the third goalie was pulled. Was that more just of a saving attribute and to try to spur the team on?
Absolutely. Michael Baldwin's been the top goalie in the league all year, and we just put A.J. Smith in there, try to give us a spark, and we were playing well at the end of the first by that point. So
we noticed that there was a big pickup as well, and both goalies have very solid stats in the playoffs. Austin Bryn on the Southern Oregon side played very well as well. There was a couple times there that you thought he was down and out, but he'd throw an arm or a leg or a helmet or somebody else would get in the way. Now, you guys are fast. Dallas is a pretty fast team. Southern's more of a physical team. Is that something that you've kind of experienced in your division?
Absolutely. Our division's very tough, and I don't think the physical play played a huge factor in today's game, and nor did our speed. We never really got going. My hat's off to the Southern Oregon boys. They buried their chances. They played hard, and they had a big will to win. So, I mean, I got nothing but respect for those guys.
Yeah, they played well.
Yeah, total 36 shots for the Ice Jets, 33 for the Southern Oregon Spartans that were counted. Is that what you guys were expecting about to put up?
No, we've generally been putting up over 40. I guess that's about right. But we didn't have that many grade A chances. We hit a couple posts. Like you said, Austin Bryn played well. He had made some big saves, some timely saves. Not as many chances as we would have liked.
Yeah, we've noticed that Dallas, you guys really put up a lot of shots atypically. With those shots, though, scoring opportunities, do you think they were higher today or lower today than what you'd expect?
Much lower. The strength of our team is our depth. We come in waves, and we certainly didn't show that tonight. And again, a lot of that was caused by Southern Oregon. They played a good game. They were gritty. They won battles. And that's something that we pride ourselves on, and we didn't get it done today.
I noticed a lot of guys, Dallas and Southern, were like sucking wind if their shift was really anything over like a minute 10-ish. Was that something you took into account also, maybe doing short shifts?
Well, the elevation did play a role today. It hurt us. Our guys were sucking wind for sure, but it's no excuse. I mean, everybody's got to play with the same thing, you know. We physically, we're in shape. Our guys are in great shape, so there's really no excuse for it. And like we said, everybody has to deal with that. So
you guys have Bay Area Seals tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Yes, we're gonna have to play well against Bay Area. We're going to have to win, and we probably have to win by a couple goals, and we know that, and we're going to have to hope for some help. We're in a tough situation now, but you know they're the cards that we've been dealt, and we'll move on here.
Yeah, that's something that you don't really want to be in is waiting, trying to get some help from someone else. You want to make those opportunities happen yourself.
That's always tough when you have to sit around and watch other teams, how they perform as to where you finish. How long was a drive up here for you guys?
Actually, we flew.
You flew?
Yeah,
very nice.
It was tough. We flew to Oklahoma City, and then we flew to Denver. Then from Denver to Boise, and then we had a 3-hour bus ride to McCall. But that was done 2 days ago. We had a full 24 hours here.
And you had practice Wednesday.
Yeah, and actually our practice was pretty good.
Yeah, we watched it. Yeah, the boys look, but practice and game.
Yeah, sure. And in a short tournament like this, sometimes the underdogs are in better shape. You know what I mean? In terms of the way things go in these shorter series, you know, underdogs a lot of times. I mean, and you know what? I mean, who says Southern Oregon was even an underdog? They played very well today.
They really did.
Yeah.
They actually played extremely well. They played Boise for the conference championship last week. Wasn't the best showing for Southern. They've had a week to get acclimated to sort of the elevation. But this was a solid presentation by Southern, and you know maybe it's one of those things. Maybe going on a limb here, now the boys have to play. I'm going to use the word desperation a little bit because you have to come out and play solid tomorrow.
No question. We absolutely have to have it. Yeah. There's no tomorrow for this hockey team.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and you know, Tom, we really appreciate you coming on, especially with you know, I'm sure you want to talk to the boys. How's the coach feeling?
He's still a little bit under the weather, but you know, he's good to go, and you know, we had a lot of energy. It just didn't work out for us.
Yeah. Well, best of luck tomorrow, and we'll be here, and hopefully we'll catch up, and we'll have better things to talk about tomorrow.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Absolutely, and say hello to the wife and J-Rad for me.
Okay, you got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
There you go, TK. And you know, this is tough, man. I mean, you know, having a coach come on after, you know, kind of a, you know, tough loss. Dallas going down 4-2 in game one. You could hear it in his voice. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy at all. But I think he picked up on some good. You know, he definitely. Dallas did not get going.
Yeah,
and Southern capitalized. And they did.
They did. They really did. Came out on fire, 3 goals, and like you said, in 9.5 minutes. And Baldwin gets pulled, and Ice Jets come back a little bit, but just not enough. And the experience I have with TK and Paul from my son playing with them a few years ago, I know exactly what was said in the locker rooms, and I know exactly what's going to be happening on the bus ride back in this afternoon.
Dallas outshot Southern 36-33. Sebastian Romeo, huge game, huge first period actually. I mean, just going back to period number 1, he ended up getting 2 goals back to back at 6:35 and 9:22. Then Sebastian, I went to the box once or twice.
Yeah, not too many.
It really, penalty wise, I'm really kind of impressed. Let's go all the way down. Let me see the minutes of penalty. Yeah, they don't have them actually totaled. Yeah, so Dallas actually ended up rolling up 3 penalties to 2 in the first period. Southern Oregon only drew 1 penalty in the second, and that was a Kevin Edwards interference call. And then in the period 3, this was a tough one. This was a huge turning point. Joe Bordak getting 4 minutes, 2 for interference, 2 for roughing at the 11:32 mark, and Southern shut the power play down of Dallas.
Well, they did. They did a good job limiting those shots and getting that puck out of the end, out of their end, and icing it all the way down to burn some time off the clock.
AJ Smith got Well, the bench actually. Too many men penalty at 1906 because Smith was taken off. It's not a penalty on Smith, I don't think, but it's a bench penalty. But they were pulling him, Smith for the extra attacker. Player came on a little bit too soon and ended up getting too many men in the ice type penalty. And then Southern goes ahead and capitalizes. We're going to take a real quick break here. We have a couple of guys from the Southern Oregon Spartans side, which is going to be kind of a lot of fun to talk to. We're right back. Just a few minutes. You're listening to the Red Lake District Junior Hockey Talk Show, special edition from McCall, Idaho. And we'll see you in just a few minutes, folks. Yes, just what you want to do is hear the BS Boys once again broadcasting live from McCall, Idaho at the Manchester Ice and Event Center at the Thorne Cup Championship. Yowza.
Yeah.
What a great first game.
Well, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Exciting.
It was more fun for us than I'm sure the coaches on the bench.
Yeah.
That had been a heart attack. We do actually have the Southern Oregon coaching staff with us right now. We're kind of hoping the fingers crossed type thing, the mic's going to work. Casey Kudler. Yep.
What are you guys doing?
Heck, yeah, see, put that mic really close to your mouth there. Yeah. Try that. Talk to me, Casey.
All right, is it better now?
There we go.
I don't know if I like that. Let's meet you again.
He's having a hard time working these buttons over here. Too many buttons for Steve.
Way too many buttons here. Yeah.
We normally only have 2.
Yeah. So we do have the coaching staff. Casey, wow. What a game, man.
Yeah, definitely a shocker to start it off, but boys definitely brought it today, so it was actually a good thing.
You want to take that? We can wait for you.
No, it's all right.
No, that's okay. You want to take a call in the air?
Yeah, that's great.
It was Mom. Mom's happy.
Mom's going, hey, can I talk to Casey now?
No, it's actually probably Dad telling me what I did wrong.
Do you get not criticism? How about some type of advice from the higher ups?
Yes, I mean, definitely my dad played minor pro, so he calls me all the time and tells me what I'm doing wrong. So,
going back real quick, you guys have gone through a lot of adversity. We'll get to the game in a sec, but you guys have Southern's really kind of gone through that whole peaks and valleys thing. Stanaway's gone, takes 7 pretty dang good players. Grimaldi comes in. You were through the entire thing, though. You were with them from pretty much day one, right?
Yeah, they brought me in November, and I was basically a member of the coaching staff with Stanaway, and then experienced the 7-player trade both ways. And then after that, Grimaldi came in, implemented basically a new system, and then he actually got let go.
Yeah, we saw that. Whose system are they working on now?
It's basically the same system Grimaldi used. It's also the same system that I used last year in Atlanta.
Okay. So how have the boys responded to this whole coaching staff change? I mean, you're going through systems, 1 system, 2 systems. Now they're trying to catch the, Papa Cutler system. How's that going?
It was a little shaky to start off with, but after basically the first week, they kind of basically bought in. I've been here the entire year, so they're very familiar with me and what I'm basically about. So there was only small adjustments to the systems. It wasn't a huge change, but it still was a little risky for the kids. I mean, right before playoffs.
They like you.
Yeah.
I've asked them.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Casey? What do you think they're going to tell me? Yeah, he sucks. I hate him. They like you.
Yeah.
And I think more than that, they respect you.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that, I think, in their performance. Yeah, you're going to have up and downs. Sometimes like last weekend with Idaho, I'm not even sure if anybody showed up to play. It was just one of those weird nothing went right. Mm-hmm. Nothing. But this is respect to the coaching staff, and they paid you guys a huge compliment by going 4-2 on Dallas.
Yeah, they definitely did. When they started off, we've been historically a slow team to start with. It's normally we let in a bad goal, and then it's okay, let's go from there. But today we brought it right out of the gate.
Well, three goals within the first 9 minutes? Is that where we're at? Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Sitting off to Casey's left or right. Yeah, there you go, man. Right there, Jeff Salzbrunn. Where are you from? You are from Michigan?
Nope, Chicago guy.
Chicago.
I'm in Chicago. I'm the dad coach, as you can see.
Yeah.
Which is kind of rare in junior hockey. Casey need a little help on the bench, just some maybe some old guard kind of thing. I got to play in the pros for a lot of years and been through this already. So then what happened is we come out here and we just bring some energy. You got to believe. And we had some meetings last night and this week, and the practices that we had. And if the kids believe, anything can happen. And with the resilient bunch that we got, you just don't know. And here's the thing we talked about, really, is we got character. You know what I mean? It's not like Dallas. I mean, they're a very good team. I mean, they're like a bunch of Soviets out there. They play the game, and you got to bait and break them, and that's what I think we did.
Yep.
We surprised them with character.
Well, you start out in the first 20 seconds. Joe Bordak, 2 big hits to start out that game. One behind to our left here, and one up on the far boards, and sending a message right away. Hey, we're here to play, and we're not going to let you guys get out of this zone very easily. And you guys had a great first period.
We found a weakness right away, and it was their defense. Their offense was strong. We just had to muscle our own zone first, but attack. And once we started attacking, I think that kind of threw them off base.
Did you see that maybe because we picked up sort of the puck wasn't sitting flat very much. It seemed to be bouncing over sticks, or maybe guys holding sticks a little bit too tight in the beginning, where the puck would bounce off the stick. Because from our angle, there was a couple times that if the puck had stayed on the stick, it was like 2-on-0, 2-on-1. It was a lot of odd man breaks, but the puck seems to be bouncing across. And a couple of the saucer passes Romeo made, impressive. Is that us?
Anybody have an AT&T phone?
No, I don't have one.
Nope.
I'm going to blame Casey just because, it's easy to do. Yeah. So you ended up going the end of the first period 3-2, scoreless second. Right at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, was that a huge goal.
Well, not just that, it was the penalty kill that actually outsaved us.
The 4-minute penalty kill.
That 4-minute penalty kill, like Joe brings the intensity. Sometimes you just got to watch when and when not to, right? So beginning of the game's a great thing, but third period, that basically was the difference. We kill that 4-minute, keep it within 1, and then whatever happens, you know what I mean? And then get that power play at the end. And we talked about it. When the TV timeout came out, we took a big time and said, don't stop. Just don't make sure we don't get 3 guys deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we talked about actually not getting the puck to the point at all, which is very rare for us.
Yep.
And we kept it deeper down there, and it worked. Big draw never happened.
I mean, we just kind of basically settled into a more dump and chase game, keep it low, and keep the pressure on them.
Their weakness was their D.
A couple times we noticed in a few games that the Spartans might roll a little too many guys below the icing line and get caught deep. Now that last goal that went in, was that your phone?
No, it's not my phone.
It's got to be something on the rink. That's what happens with live radio. It's like Morse code.
Morse code.
They're saying get the Boyz off the air.
Yes, Casey's dad, they did win 4-2. Stop texting me. But again, it was sort of, I didn't see a lot of the guys rolling down below the icing line, and Dallas started to pinch up pretty deep prior to that, when the fourth goal. So you guys capitalized when it really counted.
Right.
And you guys have some rabid fans. Yeah, I mean, you really do.
We're the underdogs, man.
Holy smokes.
We're USA 1980 all over again, man.
God, they love the Spartans.
Yeah.
We've been down there. We've watched them. We got to hang out with Dave and Tom one game down there. And, God, you're making them proud.
Yeah.
You're making them proud. And
there's a great thing that happened last night. We had a little meeting last night, and I got to be honest with you. What set the meeting off is there was a Facebook page that I received, and I think it might have been off the Spartan Facebook. And it was from one of the billet moms, and it was a long paragraph about how proud they were of us, of hockey players, and what we can, and just believe in yourselves.
Yeah.
And we started our meeting with that whole paragraph that she wrote was very well written. I wish I remember who it was, but it was one of the billet moms that hosts probably 9 kids, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
I believe it was Devine or Donovan's.
Could be. It could be. And what she wrote is basically what we are made of and what they believe from us, and not to let them down because they've done things for us.
Yeah.
And I think the kids believe that. It started our meeting off yesterday, and by the end of that meeting, I think they were ready to play last night. They really were. And it started last night. It really did.
Well, I'll tell you, when I saw the team come in, and this is also for Dallas, but there was a look in the eyes.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of joking around. There wasn't. How? I mean, they're young, man. They're young kids.
Yeah, but we're quirky, man. Listen, you don't know what you're getting until you get out there. There's some characters, I should say, out there. Like you got the Russians over there, the Dallas guys. I mean, they're just focused and ready to go, and they got their game plan. And Casey and I are like, should we tweak this? And Casey and I look at each other and say, let's not touch it. Let's just go. Let's go, man.
No, and that was what I definitely saw, the intensity in the eyes.
Yeah.
And but now we talked to the assistant coach of Dallas, TK, and there was some hard wind sucking there for a while. At one point, all 5. Now we noticed both on Dallas and Southern. But I think it
There
was
was
Donovan had his hands over his head with a stick,
And the other
resting
four
on his
guys
helmet.
were on their knees.
On their knees.
It was all during an icing, so there's definitely some
Elevation here.
That's called coaching. It was just
That's called coaching.
Yeah, that was good coaching. That had nothing to do with the 6,000 foot high elevation we're at. That's
Actually,
coaching.
we call that cheerleading back where I come from. But it looked like it took a toll a little bit.
Yeah.
But you spent a week here after playing Idaho last weekend. It had to pay it off. It really must have paid off because they looked ready to go.
Yeah, they're just starting to get acclimated to basically the altitude. I mean,
Yeah.
today, I can tell because in those Idaho games we were pretty much done at the end of the second period. You could just tell they were gassed, they were feeling it. Now it was basically halfway through the third, and they're like, okay, we're starting to get tired, and that's when you just basically have to shorten the shifts.
Yep. So what were you trying to roll? Minute? Less than a minute?
I like to aim for 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Once
Yeah,
they start to get
that's
tired.
that's what we started looking at. 45 seconds to a minute to see how, even though they're young and they're healthy, if those of you that haven't played hockey, that expels a ton of energy. And they
especially
make
up
it look
here.
so easy.
Yeah.
Look how easy it is going, I wish I could do that. Look how easy it is to broadcast.
So what do you guys got going on this afternoon tonight?
I think it's just pretty much team dinner. Probably the coaching staff will watch video of Idaho. We've already seen them tons of times, so we know what they're going to bring. And basically, we'll just kind of work on small little adjustments we can do to work for tomorrow.
You guys have like they say, Idaho Junior Steelheads tomorrow, 8 p.m. on fasthockey.com. And, if you hopefully we'll be broadcasting in between games and trying to catch everybody up on stuff like that. So, guys, it was awesome to watch. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Great win.
Big win.
Well, good win.
Good for Oregon.
Long way to go, though.
Yeah, that's
all
right.
right. But
Yeah, first one's important.
good start, brother. Good start. So we appreciate you two stopping by, and we will be talking to you guys, I'm sure, throughout the tournament.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Take care. Thank you.
having us.
All right, there we go. Coaching staff of the Southern Oregon Spartans. That was kind of fun.
That was fun. Good win for these guys.
Great win for these guys. Casey looks like he's about 12-year-old. I'm not really sure that's his fur on his face. Casey, do you have ID? Yeah. Are you old enough to go to the bars? Yeah. Okay, just checking, man. Just checking.
He wasn't very confident with that. Yeah, was he?
Yeah, it's kind of squeaky. Yeah, no, these guys are awesome, man, and we definitely wish them the best of luck further on down during the tournament we go. So again, we invite you to call 971-258-2840, 971-258-2840. Send us an email, bsboys@live.com. Next game, we've got it coming up here pretty dang soon. Bay Area Seals at the El Paso Rhinos.
Yeah,
4
boy.
p.m. Puck drop. We have some sponsors we'd like to talk about real quick. Bud Light, Paradise Burgers, Subway, Eat Fresh, Paul's, your Idaho grocery store since 1955. The Star News, the Pancake and Christmas House, McCall Drug, and Foresters Club. That's going to wrap it up for this quick edition of the Red Lake District Junior Hockey Talk Show. We will be on after the next game, and then we will be throwing up a pretty much wrap-up show after the third game this evening. You do hear the Zambonis running around. We are live. We are right next to the rink. There's a lot of noise going on. We are on camera, which is kind of new for us. So
Right. I thought we were going to talk with one of the players.
yeah, I thought Devine was going to come out, but maybe Ryan's not going to.
You want me to go see if I can find him?
We can try.
All right, let's roll a commercial. We'll look real quick.
We'll go ahead and roll some music. We're going to see if we can catch Ryan Devine rolling up here and see if he wants to show up on the show. We'll be right back with you. This is the Red Lake District Junior Hockey Talk Show, live from McCall, Idaho. If you'd like to talk to the BS Boys live, you can call them 971-258-2840. That's 971-258-2840. Or you can send them an email at bsboys@live.com. That's bsboys, boys with a Z, at live.com. Yeah, how about that? Thanks for sticking around with us here at the Red Lake District Junior Hockey Talk Show.
Yep.
Ryan Devine tried to escape. We sent 7 people out. They tackled him in the parking lot.
He was just about on the bus.
His suit is ripped. His suit is torn. But you know what? The hair looks perfect.
Good.
How long do you work on that hairstyle you got going there?
I do it before bed. I take a shower and then it's just all water.
Do you shampoo it?
No, The bleach in the hair is still kind of sticky, so
It's kind of sticky.
yeah.
That's awesome.
It looks like one of those, Nerf dart things you could throw on the wall and stick,
Yeah. Hey,
or pop a balloon on it.
it's better than what we have.
But I like the shaved-in lines.
People keep on saying I like the ZZ Top, so that's
ZZ
what I'm
Top?
going with.
Right
That's
on,
what I'm
brother.
going
There
with.
you go.
You know the good thing is you're young enough, it'll grow back.
Yeah.
If you go on this guy's head, it's pretty, well, mine too.
Yeah.
It doesn't grow back.
Yeah.
But are you the barber of the team?
I guess so.
That's really, don't do it for a living.
No, I know. Hey,
Don't pursue that, because I just saw Buckley's hair,
he asked for
and
it.
I know somebody that's going to be really, really pissed off.
Yeah, let Mrs. Buckley know I wasn't me.
You just said it on the radio.
It wasn't me. That's what I'm saying.
It was, okay.
I was a witness. I'm sorry.
I was a witness to it. I'm
Hey,
going to take
good
the
game.
fifth. Good
Thank you.
game, man.
Thank you very much.
Defenseman. Just catch us up here. Big defenseman, too. Pretty big kid.
I believe so.
6'3"? 4? Okay, so 6'1". 6'4" in skates, right?
I think 6'6" on skates. Maybe
6'6"?
6'5" and a
No, I
half.
think 6'2".
6'5" and a half.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
No, shut up, man. No, big defenseman. Love the way you play. Probably one of the best teams overall defensively that we've seen. Best game defensively.
Thank you.
Was this something you guys saw in Dallas that made you maybe change your defensive scheme up a little bit? They're quick. They're pretty
quick.
fast up front. Anything you guys saw that you possibly caught that changed up a bit?
Well, from watching the practice yesterday, they're not quick. They're just, once they get the puck, you got to catch them before they start moving. So that's why I stepped up a few times on the red line before. We got a few men coming back, so I realized that if we step up before they catch some speed, that we'll catch them before they come in their zone.
Communication, were you guys really communicating out there
today?
Because I think this is probably, again, one of the things that people don't. Okay, that's McCall Ice Center. Testing out their sound equipment. It's one of the few times that we actually saw a lot and heard a lot of communication defensively.
Right.
And I think it really paid off for you guys.
Yeah.
Because that's huge. Now, going with communication, do you guys get a lot of information from the goalies at all? Are they yelling?
Yeah.
Your hands are in front of your mic. You take your hand. That's not the earphones. That's the microphone. He's trying to cover the mic to block the sound out. This is a defenseman we're talking to.
I got hit too much. Too many fights. I'm sorry.
You got a good tally today.
Yeah.
You got a good hit today.
Thank you.
That was a great save.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You had one assist on
Power play.
the scoreboard, yeah. But that assist that you had today, stopping that puck from going in that hit you low,
Yeah.
that was really key. That could have been a turnaround for the entire game, and you stepped up through the body, sacrificed it.
Thank you.
Was that in the nether region that you took that puck?
It was a private one, I'd say.
Okay. Were two people involved?
A couple kernels.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay. So it was a single
Just a little
event.
Just a little stinger.
Okay. It looked like it hurt, man, because you were down there for a while.
It did, but I was out on the next shift.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did. You came back.
That's a hockey player.
That's a hockey player. No, you guys played extremely well. You're from Malvern, Pennsylvania?
Wayne,
Pennsylvania. How did you wind up in Southern Oregon? That's a long ways away.
well, I was in the NA for a little bit, and me and my defensive partner both got cut from Tier 2. Where he
Tommy
was playing
Bennett?
yeah.
Okay.
And we just figured we wanted to play together, so it was our last year. So we went to one tryout in the Tier 2 up in the SI.
Okay.
And that was just a gong show up there. So we tried a few places on his way back to Chicago, and then we were just like, why not Southern Oregon? They've been trying to get him there for a couple of years. We watched the video from last year, and we wanted to win. So looking at the record of where the kids went last year, I just want to play and say hockey. So
Well, being from back east, a lot of schools back there that look at this side of the country. It's not easy to get a lot of looks this far west.
Yeah.
But you guys, obviously, we've heard a lot of talk about schools checking you guys out. So huge pickup, and I'm sure Southern's glad to have you. I know a couple times I really haven't talked to Bryn a whole lot, but I've talked to Buckley a whole lot, and he really enjoys defensively working with you guys because it's a huge connection between D and goalie.
Yeah,
it has to be, and I don't think a lot of people really put a lot of precedent on that. They find out who scores or who gets an apple or whatever, but the guys that don't wind up on the score sheet, those are the guys that I really admire a lot because you guys set stuff up. D didn't get enough recognition.
Yeah, I have a very serious question for you, though. Do you have a stash of butterscotch crimpets by any chance?
Tasty cakes?
No tasty cakes?
On the road, maybe on the way up, but not here.
No.
This is cruel. We're from Philly, too.
Yeah, so...
I actually did get a box of Twinkies sent to me on my birthday.
Okay, we're not talking Twinkies. We're talking tasty cakes.
Oh, wait. The black ones with the...
Yes.
Yep, that too on my birthday.
Now what?
They're in the freezer back home.
Cheese
They're waiting
steaks.
for me.
Cheesesteak.
Cheesecake Factory.
No.
Cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak. I thought you said cheesecake.
No, cheesecake's good though.
Cheesecake
no,
too.
cheesesteak with onions or without?
With.
Bingo. There you go.
Where's this mic,
another winner.
Shutting his freaking mic off. You can't really find a good cheesesteak out here. We know one place though up in Portland that has great Philly cheesesteaks. You guys are in Medford. Yeah, you guys are in Medford. So, Mom listening back home?
They're watching on Fast Hockey today. They were.
Okay, well, when you talk to her, tell her that this will be posted on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
So everybody can hear you. And they can reserve comments for our inbox.
There you go.
You guys play again tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Idaho. Mm-hmm. You've seen them a number of times this year.
Yes, we have.
You played them great at home.
Yeah.
Lost each game by 1 goal. Last weekend, not so much. A little tough. That was a tough weekend.
We'll surprise them.
That's what I'm going to say. Now, tomorrow, you guys are coming in with some confidence. Dallas, good team. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say you were the underdog, but Dallas, they fought for the championship last year against Idaho. So this was awesome. Coming in with some confidence tomorrow against Idaho, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Ryan Devine, defenseman for the Southern Oregon Spartans with the hair and everything. Gotta love that. Don't you love that?
I love it. Yeah.
I'm thinking
anytime you can do something like that with your hair. I'm jealous.
Yeah, we can't do that. No.
Well, as a kid, when I was watching the Flyers, I always wanted a Ron Hextall haircut.
Ronnie Hextall.
That's what he's got going. I know that's a choice. I know.
Ronnie made the choice.
Yeah.
Greg doesn't.
I don't.
Hextall was an awesome goalie, man. One of my all-time favorite goalies back in Philadelphia.
Back in the 80s. Let's not forget Bernie.
Perrant?
Bernie, Doug Favell, yep.
Legion of Doom, baby.
Legion of Doom, Gene Hart.
So we're going to let Ryan go because the bus is probably waiting for him, and he's going to go get food. Ryan, we do appreciate you stopping by and giving us a chat, man. And we're going to be really interested to see how the game goes tomorrow. Best of luck the rest of the way, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Take
care. Ryan Devine, defenseman for the Southern Oregon Spartans, and that, my ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap this up on the Red Light District Junior Hockey Talk Show. We got another game starting up here momentarily. Bay Area Seals take on the El Paso Rhinos. Puck drop 4 p.m. And we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be hanging out all day, and we will be talking again after that game. Quick little wrap up. I don't know if we keep doing them this long, we may not have much to talk about after the Fresno Idaho game tonight at 8 o'clock.
40 half hour to 60 minutes.
It's just, I didn't know we were actually going to talk this long.
You didn't think we talked this long, did you?
Well, I really didn't, and I'm not really sure why, but it's fun. We're going to wrap this up, folks. We're going to get ready for the next game. Again, you can go to fasthockey.com, check all the action out with Dick Dorfman calling the games. We do want to thank the coaching staff of Dallas and Southern Oregon and big defenseman Ryan Devine of the Southern Oregon Spartans for stopping by and talking to us. Once again, 971-258-2840. Give us a call, leave a message, or you can send us an email, bsboys@live.com, boys with a Z. Love to hear from you. Otherwise, it's going to be me and Greg talking the entire time, and you know how that is. That's not a whole lot of fun. All right, folks.